Another trade that happened is AJ Brown. AJ Brown got traded to the Patriots for a 2028 first and a 2027 fifth rounder. How we feeling about that trade?
I I mean, it gives Drake May a weapon, but I feel like he's a head case. So I don't know. Like he's obviously gone places and shit. I wish Sean was here. Sean would go like probably to like the 10th level of the wildest shit he'll say on this fucking show. But I mean, it's a good pick for Drake May. It gives him a big body receiver, outside guy. And they can build around that. So I don't know. I guess, but I feel like the Eagles fumbled the return. I guess you know what I mean. Like they should have got a first next year. I don't understand the fifth and a first the next year. I don't understand that. But for the Patriots, I thought it was a steal. They really didn't give up much. But the Patriots or the Eagles didn't get anything in return. I felt like they gave up a Pro Bowl wide receiver caliber guy for a fifth next year, and then a first in a draft that's not even projected to be that great. Maybe.
You wanted a first next year. You wanted that shit next year.
Hell yeah.
Okay, okay. Elijah, how do you feel about this trade?
I think it was expected. Um, so I wasn't really surprised. However, I think I agree that they probably should have got more, but I think them not getting more was kind of just like a good riddance, like you know what I mean? Kind of
Take what
like
you
this,
can get.
yeah, take what you can get. This is kind of
Hell
what we
yeah.
think of you. This is where your market is, bro. Like this is where it's at, bro. Like we took what we could get, you know what I mean? And I think because they showed so much desperation to get rid of him that
They
they
talked about it. I felt like the last two off seasons. I feel like, didn't they?
literally. So it's like nobody was really gonna put together a huge package to go out and get him. So I mean, I think I think it works out very well for the Pats, though. I think he's going to, definitely give them a good chance to repeat as a conference champs, though.
To that point, like one thing, like their major weakness in that Super Bowl was they didn't have nobody that can get separation. They didn't have nobody that can catch a contested catch.
Them 50-50s, yeah.
Exactly. I'm not saying they can win it all. I'm just saying like he gives them that desperation that they need, and I feel like you give up that 2028 first because next year's class is like fucking stacked.
Yeah.
So if I'm
Yeah.
I'm the Eagles, if I'm the Eagles, I'm looking to try to get a first for next year. Not fucking. I mean, you still got it for 2028. I'm not saying it's bad trade, but shit, next year's draft, I'm just looking at these fucking names all and that this fucking class is stacked.
Yeah. I think for the Eagles, it's kind of beyond, it's kind of beyond the draft as well. Like they still believe that they're in that championship contention
Mhm.
window. We still in that window. We just, need to adjust some pieces. Not necessarily add or get rid of, but adjust. So I think that was another thing. I mean, if you look at what they went out and got in the draft, I believe they feel like they found the talent that they need, and I feel like they feel very confident at receiver.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I look at what they have, I can't blame them for feeling confident. I
Should
really
they just
can't.
drafted his replacement?
Yeah, I really can't blame him for feeling confident. So, I mean, I think as far as they go, I think the draft kind of worked for both sides. And it kind of worked for both sides. But I think now AJ Brown is gonna have to kind of shift his mentality because I mean, at the end of the day, even though Belichick's not there anymore, it's still the Patriots. There's still a standard that's there. You know what I mean? And so I think he gonna have to go in there and at least showcase that he can be a leader. And I don't think he's really showcased that yet in his career. It's kind of when things don't go his way, he start doing that weird shit.
Mhm.
I wasn't gonna say nothing that involved Mike Vrabel when you said the standard, so I ain't gonna pull that card right now. But also, though, they had Stephon Diggs, and he was kind of like the same type of guy. He,
True.
shit don't go his way. He was kind of pissed. but he did play great. He played great last year. I
He
will say
did.
that.
He did.
Even right before did he get injured last year or no? It was the year
I
before
think
and
so.
with Texans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
yeah, Texans. Yeah.
Okay. And I just want
Oh,
to point out,
Elijah would know that. He a Texans fan.
yeah, I know,
Mm-hmm.
right? I do want to point out, I was curious what the Eagles gave up to Tennessee when they got AJ Brown. It was a first and a third, but that first turned out to only be Traylon Burks, who was a bum. It doesn't say who the third was. I assume they traded it 100 times, but they really didn't get nothing in return compared
Yeah.
to what they gave up, I guess.
I also
So,
think, going off of what you just said, I also think like I feel like AJ Brown in that situation, you choose AJ Brown or you don't choose your friend what you see as a franchise quarterback because let's be real, that was the beef. So you gonna choose your quarterback
allegedly,
that you feel
you know,
allegedly, you're right,
don't want to say
allegedly.
nothing you don't want to know. You don't know.
But it got really to a boiling point because it was personal between them two,
Mm-hmm.
allegedly.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
you had to let the shit go. I mean, you got a first in return, and you even got a fifth, and you just let that shit go, and you just keep on keeping on.
Yep.
Now, do you think that I got a team that I'm going with it? I think it's gonna come out of the AFC. I think it's gonna be the Broncos, but the Pats. Do you see them being the AFC champs again? Do this give them an extra layer this year?
I'm gonna go as like a crazy like term. Well, I don't know how I want to say. It. I want to say I have a like belief that they're not even gonna make the playoffs this year.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I'm getting a vibe that that franchise is just gonna have a bad down year. I could be wrong. I mean, they played great last year. Drake May took a lot of big steps. Um, I don't know. Something gives me a vibe that there's even with adding AJ Brown, the whole thing with Mike Vrabel going on right now. I don't know what's going on with that, and a couple other things. And I think the AFC, I think the Bills are going to have a really good year. The Jets aren't going to be great, but they're going to be improved. The Dolphins are the Dolphins. I don't think they're going to be that great. I don't know why they signed homeboy backup quarterback Malik Willis to like a $60 million deal, like he's the next coming of fucking Lamar Jackson or something. I don't understand that. But
I
I,
still
I don't
think.
know. I think the AFC is better than people give him credit for. I
Yep.
will say that.
For sure.
You
I
you didn't
think I
mention
think
it.
I think I think if I go based off history, teams that lose in the Super Bowl typically don't have great seasons the next season. That's
Facts.
just history's just not on their side with that.
Hmm.
So they'll probably, if they do make the offs, they'll probably get out in the first round. To be honest,
I just don't see them being successful. Like I don't see them having the success. Now I could be completely wrong. They go 13 and
yeah,
4,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But injuries is part of football too, so
yeah,
you
for
don't
sure,
know.
for
They
sure.
also
This,
showed very vulnerability on that offensive line in that Super Bowl, aka
Yes,
that
they
great
did.
left tackle that they wanted. He got his ass cooked the whole game, but
what was it, Will Campbell?
I mean, I ain't saying no names, but he gave up 5 sacks to Miles Garrett, but I do
That's his
believe
name.
so.
That's his name.
Hope you don't make it there and play that man again. They got to move him inside. I refuse to believe he's a tackle.
Is
Now,
yeah, it doesn't work. He's not enough of a mauler to have short arms like that.
Homie was
man, you
getting
got T Rex
just
You
arms.
can't
buried.
you can't have little arms and be doing this cute ass pass set, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the reach for it. That's like Floyd Mayweather trying to jab. You know what I'm saying with Adrian Broner's arms. You know what I mean? No,
Ain't happening.
don't work. Don't work.
Especially against fucking defensive ends that fucking got reach, bro. Like, what's the name was tearing
Dude,
him up. The
The
Seattle
average
defensive
defensive
end.
end
Oh
is
my
six
god.
four. The average defensive end is 6'4" with a crazy
mm-hmm.
wingspan. Like you're not even if you're going against the dude coming off the bench, he gonna have some long arms on him. And if you don't know how to get to them arms quick, if you don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, get to that chest quick, it's not gonna work. And you doing this cute ass pass set, that's not working for
Hmm.
you. It's not
Nope.
working.
And you can even be the strongest motherfucker alive. Once the
No.
motherfucker got that reach on you, it's over with.
Oh,
Your strength ain't nothing if you can do you can get a man at a disadvantage every time.
Yep.
It
that's
don't
it,
matter.
bro. That's it.
Speaking of that, like I know it ain't on the notes, but speaking of that. Elijah, your boy
Mm.
Fano, how do you think he's going to have a good year this year? Like, how do you project him? Like early projections, do you see him having a good year?
I see him having a solid rookie season. I think he's gonna have a lot of learning to do, but I
Oh,
always grade on the curve when we're talking about the AFC North. I always grade on the curve. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's going to go up against some of the best pass rushes, and not only that, some of the best blitzing schemes that he's going to see. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
he's really going to have to play smart, play discipline, and I think his recovery ability and his IQ and his discipline will give him the ability to at least be competitive. And I don't think he's going to be a pushover by any means. Um, they just can't put too much on his plate at once. I think that's what happened to DeJuan Jones. I think they were trying to put way too much on his plate and make him basically the face of the offensive line just because he shut down TJ Watt one game. So it's like I don't want them to do that with him. He's gonna have good games and he's probably gonna have some bad games. And you just got to keep in mind he's a rookie and develop him properly. And as long as they have a long term plan for him, I think he'll pan out.
okay. And speaking of long term plans, like how I don't know how to word this. How long do you think the Browns are away? Like, how many years away do you think the Browns are from actually being able to contend? Now, get me wrong, the fucking Kansas City Chiefs got some monsters coming in that's injured right now, so that's another team you have to worry about. But like, how many years are they away? Like, seriously, like, be honest.
Away from what?
What
Let's
are we
just
talking
say,
about?
let's
Like
just say,
winning?
let's just say playoff bound.
Playoffs could
Um,
be any year, honestly. You can luck your way into a playoff game.
yeah, I was
We've
go- I
done
was
it.
gonna say
Talent.
like if we're talking about making playoffs in today's era, I think you could do it within the next year or two with
Okay, so
with
what
young
about
talent who's hungry. And if they go in the right direction with this quarterback decision, I think that weighs a lot on how it's going to look. Because with us getting all of this draft capital, it allows us to get younger. It allows us to get some of these guys who might have been in college for 6 years, 6, 7 years. Who knows? But we can get younger and we can just say, fuck it, let's rock out. So that's why I said it doesn't have to be a total blow it up rebuild. You know what I mean? I just don't want to see number four back on the field. I really don't have the desire to see that. But I feel like if they pick the right path with these quarterbacks and we get the right one, anything is possible as far as playoffs go. Now, if we're talking winning, we just traded the only championship caliber player that we had. And honestly, you may say Denzel Ward, but the injuries. That's the only thing that keeps him from being in that conversation is his lack of availability, and availability is the best ability. So at the end of the day, we're a little ways away, but I don't think after trading Miles, I don't think we're any closer to winning than we were, or any further away than we were. So it's like that's why I'm not super upset about the Miles Garrett trade anymore. Just because it didn't really shake anything either way for us. Now we kind of just got a blank slate. Let's see what we do with it. All I can say is there's the things about like hindsight. It's certain things that I don't want to see happen that will make me look back at this trade and say that was fucking stupid. You know what I mean? If we completely smoke all of these draft picks, then I'm gonna say that was completely fucking stupid. If Jared Verse is doesn't live up to the bill, then you know what I'm saying? Is it a loss trade or not? I think it is. If we traded our cornerstone on defense and got nothing out of it, this it's the dumbass trade. Didn't make sense.
I mean, okay, with that, with the way you turned it, this is no different than like LeBron James leaving Cleveland. You're gonna,
Right.
yeah, everyone's pissed, but in this case, you're getting something in return. The Cavs didn't get nothing in fucking return. We were left with Ramon Sessions, bro. And I'll say it every time. I love Ramon Sessions' game. I don't know him personally, but bro was not it. You got to think. You did, like you said, Jared Verse. Jared Verse can't live up to Miles Garrett. No one's going to live up to Miles Garrett for probably the next 10 years. Dude was a generational defensive player. And he's proven it. Every game, he's shown that he's a problem, no matter what. Jared Verse said it even in his introductory thing. He said, I'm not here to be Miles Garrett. We wear different shoes. He's like, I'm here to be the best Jared Verse I can. And that's all I want to hear. Because honestly, I don't want a guy who's going to come in and try and say he's going to get 20 sacks. I want a guy who's going to force fumbles and cause turnovers and not just be a sack artist. That's nothing against Miles. You know, Miles showed that he could play the run a little bit at the end of towards the later end of his career. But you remember, he couldn't stop the run for shit just when he came in the NFL. He was just strictly, I'm going to get off the ball below by this guard and tackle and get to the quarterback. Varys plays the whole aspect of this. So I think as long as he plays the way he plays, you're getting a win out of it. You got a first rounder next year. And I harp on that because I sent Dre like the list of the draft next year. It's fucking loaded. The best player in the draft is a wide receiver, Jeremiah. But
it's the wide receiver.
Yeah, he's the wide receiver. He really is, dude. He's like 8 points higher than anybody else. It's crazy. I was like, no way. But I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, if he wins like 3 Super Bowls. Yeah, that sucks. But he, like you said though, in the same breath, you said we didn't get better or worse losing him by trading him because we weren't going to win more games with him here than we were going to lose. I mean, could we be wrong? Sure. If Miles would have stayed, maybe if we didn't trade him and these young guys that keep coming in and we hit on draft picks, it'd be nice. Steelers have been doing it for how many years? As long as we've been getting tortured. Baltimore, same thing. They find guys all the time. Why can't we?
And that's great. But can we be consistent? Because if we start losing, I do not want to hear, oh, we should have. Oh, we should have. No. We already planned to lose. We should be ready for that.
I'm here for it.
Planning to lose. I really don't think they're planning to lose. I really don't. I think they're going to try and be as competitive as they can because, like I said, they wouldn't have built this offensive line. They wouldn't have did all these moves to get these positions filled. I mean, yeah, like I said, it sucks. You lose Myles Garrett, but you fill it with Jared Verse. Now you get a guy that not everyone's going to be hyper focused on, but he's going to make a difference because he's still a game wrecker. Look at his video. Look at what he did last year. He's still a dog. He's not Myles Garrett.
I'm
just saying.
I'm getting my trash bag ready right now to put over my head.
It's a lot of guys that Jared Verse is not though. I feel like everybody's trying to alter the narrative to paint him like he's really like that guy. No, he's a good player. He's not a great player yet. He can be a great player, but he is not a great player yet. He's a good player, and he had a good season.
He's defensive rookie of the year, and he's made the Pro Bowl. Not that the Pro Bowl is anything anymore because Shedeur made it last year. And Joe Flacco, by the way.
He had a good season.
I mean, good seasons are great. Miles had a lot of good seasons. Just because he said the rest.
That's the difference. You got to put a lot of those together.
He's only 25.
One and then
you got to give the man time. You guys can't just sit there and choose that he's just going to be this guy.
No, I'm not saying he has to just be this guy. I'm saying, was that worth Myles Garrett? I'm still debating if that was worth it. And I don't know if he's worth that.
We'll find out. That's the problem. We can't say now.
Find out now.
You got to wait 5 years. 5 years down the road.
Wants to wait another 5 years?
This might be dead by then, but I'm just saying that's my point.
Wait another 5 years, man. That's my
wait our whole
point.
fucking life.
We just had that in its prime, and now you saying let's wait to build somebody else up to their prime and see what they give us.
What else can we do?
We'll see. But he better live up to the bill, and I'm not expecting him to be Myles Garrett because I know he can't be. Nobody else in the league can be Myles Garrett. I'm expecting him to be a cornerstone on the defense. I'm expecting him to be a game changer on the defense. I'm expecting him to make a difference.
First rounder that we
and that's what everybody's telling me he's going to do is make a difference. So if he goes out there and he plays like Jadeveon Clowney, don't say nothing to me. Don't act like I'm wilding on him when I'm like, nah, he ain't it. Don't act like I'm tripping. I'm just saying, be that. Be good. Be good. Not even be great. You ain't got to be great. You ain't got to be amazing, but be good because we don't know if them draft picks gonna live up to what they supposed to live up to.
I
But
will
you
say,
are here. You
I
have
will
work that's
say,
been put on paper. You got a name that you've made for yourself. You got to live up to that.
I will say, if you want to say how close we are, I mean, I think we're a couple years away still from like just winning, but you got to hit on draft picks. Most importantly, you got to hit on quarterback. It don't matter who you have on the other side of the ball. We've proven that since Miles was here. Miles could carry that defense like he did. It doesn't matter. You're still a shit show. You're winning 4 or 5 games with a guy getting 23 sacks. Doesn't matter.
You gotta come away with one of the top 3 from this fucking draft class. Because
You're
if you
you're
don't,
you're basing a lottery pick. That's all this is.
what?
This is just a lottery pick. Any people don't. Okay. Regardless of the picks that we get, you are just basically playing the lottery. You're praying that Arch Manning is going to be Peyton or Eli even. You're praying that Dante Moore is going to be the Patrick Mahomes that people want him to be. You're praying that. But we're the Browns, and we don't do that shit.
So
I've been
what do
saying
you
this shit my whole
do?
fucking life.
So what do you do right now? What
You
do
just
you
gotta
do?
hope that the trend. You gotta hope they buck the trend. They should have with fucking Baker, but they wanted to get old P Diddy over there. So, hey, it is what it is.
What else are you going to do other than draft a quarterback? You can't do anything else. There's nobody that wants to be here free agent wise. You
You don't
can't
know
do that.
that. We've never
Who
tried.
is going to fucking come to
Who's
Cleveland?
been a free agent quarterback that isn't Aaron Rodgers?
There's
You're gonna get
the
40 fucking
next.
year old Aaron Rodgers old ass up in here?
No, I'd rather get a quarterback in the draft.
That's fine, but we've done it for how many years now? It's our
You
yearly
gotta
joke
you
now.
gotta get the right one. And you gotta stick with him, like you just say. You gotta stick with Baker. You can't fuck around and look
We
at
should have
these
never dropped
fucking.
Baker.
We
We were
shouldn't
going
exactly,
somewhere.
exactly, and that's what they have to do. They have to choose the right one. Maybe it's not Arch. Maybe it's not Dante. Maybe it's Metamic.
So you want them
Metamic.
to okay? So Dre, I want you to think about what you saying though. You said they should think about Sorsby in the supplemental,
I didn't
and
say
now
that.
yes, you
I
did.
did not
Yes,
No,
you
no,
say
he
did.
that.
wasn't
You
saying
I
did.
that.
asked a
You did say that.
question.
You did say
I
that.
said,
No,
I
you said it.
said, I said, is he
He
worth a
said, should
second
they?
round? Like, should they? Right? I didn't say they need
Supplement
to.
draft.
Fuck that.
No.
I
But
rather
look
have
though.
fucking
But look, regardless, you said that they're considering it, correct?
Well,
yeah.
they're considering
So
all options, I
if
imagine.
they do that, do you think they are then considering drafting another quarterback next year? Because if they do that, that's some wild shit. That's some wild shit. That would mean, in hindsight,
Yeah.
these picks that we used on quarterbacks these last 2 years meant absolutely nothing. Which would be my
Well,
fucking point.
well,
Why I
shit.
should
One
not
of
be.
them.
I'm never excited about us getting draft picks.
I don't
Cause
think
we just
Taylor
be
Green
drafting
stays
whatever the
as a
fuck.
quarterback, by the way.
We just be throwing darts at shit when we draft. That's just the
I think.
reality.
I think we should never draft shit. Oh my god, this shit gonna haunt us, bro. That third round is gonna haunt us forever because
What,
it's
Dylan
like 3
Gabriel?
players. Yeah, it's 3 fucking players that went before him, right before him. That's gonna
Was
probably
before him. He
have
can't do
like.
nothing about it.
I mean, I said before, after him, that's probably gonna be fucking Hall of Fame status by the end of the
Oh,
fucking
not the Hall
time.
of Fame. Don't say
Like,
Hall of Fame.
god damn, man, this shit is
Ain't gonna be
fucking
Hall of Fame.
annoying, bro. It's hard being a Browns fan, but I ain't
But
gonna
that's
quit,
the
bro.
but that's the point. You're talking every pick is a lottery pick. You hope it works out. You hope they're this guy. Carson Schwarzenegger was a second round pick. I would have when they drafted him. I was like, why do we get this guy? We didn't need him. Then we got Judkins. I'm like, oh, that
I
makes me
didn't
feel
say
better.
that.
I said that. I know you didn't. I said that. I'm saying what I said. And I honestly I was not a fan. But then I looked at his tape. I'm like, oh, he's a fucking heat seeking
Dog.
guy. Okay, he seeks the ball. All right, I'm down with that. But you don't expect a second round rookie to be defensive player of the year. You expect like the number one pick.
I just feel like you have to nail, like y'all keep saying, y'all keep reiterating it. Andrew Barry got to nail these fucking picks in order for this shit to even sustain, bro. These picks don't pan out, Miles Garrett was a fucking for nothing.
Well,
Fucking make
next
him
year
sit and wait, like.
we'll find out
But
next year.
then I feel like Verse got to have a 15 sack season.
I don't think he
I
has
don't.
to
He
have
has to
one.
have a 15 sack
I think it's
season.
I think it's unrealistic to expect that. See that, and that's what
He's
I'm
not the type of
saying.
player.
I don't think that should be the expectation. The expectation should be for him to go out there and really be a force setting that edge, bro.
Mm-hmm. I
And
mean,
if he
you're
does
gonna.
that, if he sets the edge and can really be that piece that keeps the run game in check, the sacks will come. I think he'll get 10 sacks
Mm-hmm.
if he's that type of a player, because what you have to understand is you have Mason Graham on the inside. And Mason Graham is going to force action out of him outside. He did that a lot last year.
Oh
So
yeah,
if Jared Verse just does his job at a high level, sets the edge, quarterbacks will fall right into his lap. That's the beauty of it. That's what I'm
Well,
saying. All he has to do is be what he says he is and what his bill says he is. He has to be that at an elite level.
I will say
And I can accept that
he
over
has to.
23 sacks because that's Myles Garrett being elite at what he does. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And I will say, Verse will compare more. People are going to hate when I say this, and I think it's not comparable, but it is. He's going to compare more down the road of a TJ Watt. I'm going to say why. Because he gets more involved in stripping the ball, game wrecking. He doesn't focus solely on just getting sacks like some people do. TJ Watt, if you watch his game, he will strip the ball. He will get involved in the run game a little bit. Yeah, he gets blown out of plays. He disappears a lot. That happens. But I feel like I called that out. I ain't gonna be that guy, but it is. He
Don't
does.
get me started on TJ Watt,
I
man.
know, but like you remember? Do you remember when TJ came in the league? He was a dog. Like let's be real, he was a nightmare.
TJ Watt is a dog. I just think he gets put in the wrong conversation. He shouldn't be getting put in the Myles Garrett conversation. He shouldn't be
I
getting
agree.
put in those conversations. I think he should be honestly, he should be getting put in the LT conversation. He should be getting put in the Burns conversation. Like he's an elite all-time great outside linebacker.
Who causes more than just sacks? Though is my
More
point.
than just sacks, he can affect the
Mm-hmm.
entire game. We seen him dropping the
He's
coverage.
yep.
He can scrape and feel as just a standard linebacker, and he can put his hand in the dirt. He's a what I would
If
call a 3-level linebacker. He can really do it all. So I think he should be in a different conversation. I
I
don't hate
agree,
on his ability. I just don't like when people say he's the
he's a
best pure
defensive end.
edge rusher. He's the
Mm-hmm.
pure edge rusher. He's not. He's not a pure
I
edge
don't.
rusher.
I agree with that 100%, and that's why I think people are going to hate that. But I think that's what Jared Verse is going to be. He's going to be a dude who can get down on the line, blow up your tackle, and drop
Yeah,
back in coverage and pick
drop
you
back in
off.
coverage,
Mm-hmm.
cause ruckus. I like
And
that.
that
I
to
just
me is
want him to
more
do that at
valuable
elite
than
level.
having
You
just
do
a
that at
straight
elite
edge
level, I
rusher.
can live with it. You know what I
To me,
mean?
that's more valuable than having a guy getting 23 sacks and not doing shit with it. So
To an extent, because the thing is, when you got a guy who can just get after the quarterback, it makes everything else on defense look better
yeah,
because
but no one's got
the,
an elite first
them
step
them
like he does.
corners don't gotta cover as long.
Mm-hmm.
Them linebackers don't gotta cover as long. It makes linebackers' jobs easier because offensive tackles are a lot more timid, which gonna force guards to be more timid, and linebackers read the guards. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a trickle down effect. If you're winning, having a guy who can just flat out go get the quarterback right now is always to your benefit. That's why he's gonna help the Rams so much. But if you're a
And
team that's not that needs more to win than just pass rushing, then you have to consider building in other areas. So I mean, I'm not mad at it. It's just it better work. It better work. We got to
it
get
has
something
to
out of
work.
this.
It
it's
has to.
ballsy. It's ballsy move by Barry, but at the same time, he set the age back at least. Whereas Miles is coming up on being 31 and Jared versus 25. So he's
Mm.
trying to get youth on the defense because we were becoming old. That's why look at our O line last year. My God, they were terrible. They were old. They were, no disrespect to Batonio. Batonio put his years in, but rest of the
They
guys, they
got
were
old.
just
They got
they could,
old
yeah,
right in front of our eyes.
old, slow, couldn't stay together. It just wasn't working.
I don't know.
No,
I
I
just
mean
think,
the team definitely was getting old. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
I think as far as defense goes, one thing that I feel like our defense never had was like an identity. And Miles Garrett was our identity. And I think that's the hardest thing to replace is an identity. So when I say Jared Verse has to be that cornerstone, that's what I mean. He
I
has
hope
to
we
be
play
the
physical.
identity of the defense. He has to be the face of the defense. He has to be the spirit of the defense. Kind of like when Patrick Queen with Baltimore,
Yep.
Oh,
and then they lose him and their defense instantly sinks down. You
Which
know
is
what I
crazy
mean?
because people in Pittsburgh hate Patrick Queen, by the way. I'd take
Because
him in Cleveland in a minute, by
Patrick
the way.
Queen was just meant to be a Raven. He
Hmm.
just had that attitude and that spirit.
He had
And
the
see, the thing
lineage
is,
of
I
linebackers they
see what
have.
Jared Verse bring, and I think he fits the Cleveland mold of what type of football we like. So I think that's why a lot of Clevelanders are high on him.
He's from Dayton, by the way.
I just need to be. I need to see something. I need to see it. I
No,
need to see. We
I
get these
agree.
type of names who they have Pro Bowl seasons or one Pro Bowl season. They come here, and then it's like, where is this person? Where did they go? Jadeveon Clowney has one Pro Bowl season. He comes here. Where did he go? He didn't even give us that type of production. He wasn't even that great before,
I will.
but he didn't
I
even
will
give us
say
that
that Clowney is more known to stop the run than he was a pass rusher
for
his
sure.
entire career.
For
He
sure.
never broke more than 7.5 sacks.
For sure. I always thought Clowney was he was another edge setter, pass
Hmm.
rusher. He's a guy you could put in the three. I really liked him better as a three. If you go back, that big play that he had against Michigan, that was inside. He was
Hmm.
inside at the
He moved
three.
that guard right into his lap.
Come on. So it's
Hmm.
like I always thought that Jadeveon Clowney was more of a, so I judged him by that. And I think that's why I appreciate talking with y'all, because y'all actually know the nuances of football. It's not just everybody who has DN next to their name isn't just a edge rusher. Like it's so many subtleties to playing defensive end and playing three tech that people don't really understand. But yeah, I definitely think Verse has talent and I think he has potential. It's just how long do we develop him into who he's supposed to be? Or do you think he comes ready as is? Like, is he a Little Caesar's pizza?
He might be hot and ready, bro.
but I also think
Now,
a
see,
lot.
that's best case scenario. I'll take everything I said back. If he comes in, Little Caesar's pizza, hey, $5, $6 on the table, we ready to go right now? Okay. All right. You might have my attention.
It's a player. It's a player on that defensive line who I think is about to go crazy now that Miles Garrett left, and that's Alex Wright. I
I was gonna
think
say
he's
Alex
just
Wright.
Alex Wright is about to have a fucking monster year. I think, but
Man,
the
I
only
hope
thing with Alex Wright is he has to fucking stay fucking healthy. God damn,
that's
every
everybody on
fucking
defense,
year.
though. You could argue that's everybody on the defense.
Yeah.
It's like, and you know what caused all this? I don't want to go on this damn tangent, but we got about 5 minutes left. What caused all this
Damn,
is fucking that Kansas City Chiefs game with fucking Hollywood Higgins. They ruled that shit as a fucking fumble, and it wasn't
helmet
a
to
fucking.
helmet.
I mean, helmet to helmet, and it
Hmm.
was like, God damn, bro. Just think if we would have fucking won that fucking game.
We
Like,
would have
God
lost. We
damn,
would have lost to the Bills the following week.
I don't give a fuck, bro. Like.
But no, I get you.
It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out because we gonna march for arts. We gonna play for Dante
I
Moore.
don't think so. I
Shit, we
don't.
get Dante Moore
Dre,
then,
I don't think we're gonna have a bad year. I'm confident.
huh?
It. I'm buying the Munkin train, bro. I'm buying it, bro.
So
He's
you think
he
Deshaun
he got
Watson
me
is
ready.
gonna throw for touchdowns?
You think Deshaun Watson's gonna start,
He is.
I
bro? You just believe in what one blonde hair girl gonna say.
No, it's not that. It's train
Nobody
like the
else is saying that.
OTAs right now is it's like he's in the way that
Dre,
Monken seemed like he loved that guy. I can't stand it,
Dre,
but he seemed like he
go
loved
look.
that guy.
Go look what he said about Shadur. They have been alternating like the last 2 weeks now. Go look. It's no different. He's playing it the right way.
So
It's just
what you
not the way
gonna
you
do?
want to hear it.
What you gonna do when he start?
I mean, I'm gonna eat my word. I'm not really gonna eat my words. If he starts, he
No, I'm just saying
starts.
what you gonna do. Like it's fucking
I'm gonna
it's
pray that we
stupid.
win.
It's fucking stupid, man. Just cut
He's gonna
him. At
play
this
one.
point, cut
Dre,
him.
Dre. He's gonna play 1 year with the Browns. They're gonna pay him. Why would you not pay him? You're gonna already pay him a immaculate amount of money. You play him if you have to. You're gonna pray he wins. If he shits the bed, that looks better on us because then he's out the door, and then you can get the quarterback you want still. because Barry's going to trade up. Barry's going to move up and get who he wants.
It's all a business. It's all a business at the end of the
That
day.
I
man,
can't
that
watch
man
this,
right there
man.
If
knows.
this man is on the books for this much money, I'm gonna try to start him if he can. If he's healthy, I'm gonna try to start him.
And Dre, as much as I hate to say it, he might be better than Shadur at the moment. You got to play him, but I
I
don't know
don't
if they
even
will.
care, bro. I hope something. No, I can't say
And
that
then
on
what you
camera,
gotta
bro.
understand is, veterans just tend to look better in OTAs anyway.
Right? They know the
Yeah.
word. They know the work. They know what they're going to expect. They ain't trying. They're just out there just
Come
slinging the
on,
rock.
slinging it, just letting it come
Mhm.
out their hand natural. They seen it a
Get him in
million
a game
times.
though, he gonna do that shit and throw ground balls to fucking shortstop again.
Come
Hey,
on.
chill, man. Chill,
And
chill.
and I highly doubt that if he performs poorly, Monken is just gonna sit there and just keep starting him. Now
Nah,
that's my thing. So
Munkin's a no
Do
bullshit
y'all
guy. I feel like
do y'all feel like he's like not on the hot seat for year one, but like do you feel like he has to turn this shit around quick?
no, not
no,
when you no hell no. Because here's the
it
thing: if
wouldn't be
you put that
fair.
much pressure on him, you put that much pressure on him, and you giving him all of these new guys that he has to work with. That he like these aren't guys that I just have to teach my system. These are guys I have to teach how to be NFL players.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what he's dealing with. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
only that,
So
he has to change the culture.
he has to change the culture. Like that, it's
We
got
ain't
to be
losing.
deeper than that. Like he
Mm-hmm.
can't go for losing. He can't go for poor performance. Like he has to
Telling you,
set a
man,
standard early.
Dre, go listen to his fucking shit. Dude will make you want to go out there and suit up and run through a wall for that
Oh,
man.
I know who
Like dead
Tom. I
ass.
watched him at Georgia, man. I watched him at Georgia.
This ain't Georgia. This is his job, his first head coaching job. That man sounds better than Stefanski ever did.
Stefanski was a fucking boy. He was a little boy.
Stefanski was a guy that was just going to tell you lyrics of a song and not tell you what they meant. That's all he was. He was Shakespeare,
That's a
bro.
good one. That's a good one. What pissed me off with Stefanski is that fucking clap shit at the end, bro. I don't want to see you fucking clap after a loss, bro. I don't give a fuck about that. We just lost. Do you want to fucking say, "Oh, we're a team"? No, fuck that, bro. Yell at them motherfuckers. God damn. I know they grown ass man, but shit, have some fucking, I don't know, some spirit, bro. He just always was just, yeah, we're gonna get him. No, bro, we're
Bro,
not.
I didn't like him. Never liked him. Never cared
Yeah, you
about
did.
him.
When we hired him, I remember the show. I went back and watched it. The show. You said, I don't know if I like this move when we fucking signed him. And my dumb ass was like, oh, you gotta give him a chance. Like,
Because
oh my God.
everybody was
I
on
mean,
his sack because he had them great seasons, them great couple seasons in Minnesota. I'm like, look at the talent he had.
it's not just the talent,
Anybody
though.
would
They
have
really
been a
weren't great
great
seasons.
coach.
Go look at all the numbers they put up. They didn't put up great numbers as offense coordinator. They were like middle of the pack.
He had so much fucking talent. If you got all of these receivers that you could try shit with, why wouldn't it look inventive? Why wouldn't it look creative? Why wouldn't it look like it's ooh, but it wasn't winning shit. And that's what it came down to. And then you don't know how to coach